Something is undeniably building right now, a palpable current thrumming beneath the surface of everyday life, and I fear that most people are still blissfully unaware of the seismic shift that's about to unfold. There's this undeniable, almost electric energy permeating the very air we breathe, an atmospheric pressure that feels like it's been simmering for weeks, growing steadily hotter, more intense, day by day. And on April 23rd, I am deeply convinced that this simmering energy will finally reach its absolute boiling point. We're talking, of course, about the Leo first quarter moon. And I can practically hear your thoughts. Oh, it's just another moon phase, isn't it? What's the big deal? But here's the crucial distinction. The truth that makes this moment unlike any other. This isn't just any lunar event. This celestial alignment is happening precisely at the vibrant crossroads of some of the most profound and intensely transformative planetary shifts we will witness throughout the entire year. If you've been feeling this deep, unshakable restlessness, this almost magnetic, electric energy coursing through your veins, a powerful sensation, like you're being irresistibly pulled towards something monumental, something you can't quite name or articulate yet. Trust me, there's a profoundly specific cosmic reason for that. And honestly, I've been feeling it myself. This deep inner knowing, a quiet certainty that something fundamental is about to fracture and shift. It's the unsettling realization that the version of me, and perhaps the version of you, that has diligently played it safe, meticulously stayed small, or passively waited for external permission to fully exist, that particular constrained version simply does not get to journey with us into what's next. Its chapter is closing. Now, if you've recently found yourself experiencing sudden, almost rebellious urges to completely dismantle your entire routine, to uproot your established patterns, or if you're feeling strangely confrontational, bristling with an uncharacteristic assertiveness towards people who would normally not even warrant a second thought, I really need you to lean in and stay with me on this one. There's a very specific astrological architecture behind these impulses, and I'm going to meticulously break it down for you in just a moment. But first, it's absolutely vital that I illuminate why April 23rd in particular is shaping up to be such an undeniably pivotal, even explosive moment. Because this Leo first quarter moon isn't operating in isolation, it's not a standalone event. Instead, it's acting as the precise trigger point for a massive, unprecedented cosmic chain reaction that promises to reverberate through every facet of your being. And what I'm about to unveil, I believe, has the potential to completely reframe and revolutionize how you approach the next 48 hours of your precious life. You've been feeling it, haven't you? This restless, unquenchable fire building deep within you. Let's be profoundly real for a second. Something has been undeniably different lately, right? You might not have been able to quite put your finger on it, to articulate the exact nature of this shift, but there's been this persistent, growing restlessness, an insistent hum of dissatisfaction. It's a deep-seated sense that you are utterly done waiting, done hiding, done perpetually shrinking yourself and dimming your inherent light just to make other people feel more comfortable in your presence. And here's precisely what I believe is truly happening. You are absolutely not imagining this. This isn't just random, fleeting frustration, or merely the effervescent energy of spring, or any other superficial explanation. I genuinely believe your very soul has been meticulously preparing for this exact moment. Because the Leo first quarter moon on April 23rd is more than just an astronomical event. It's a cosmic permission slip, a grand universal invitation to finally step into your authentic power, with unwavering confidence and without a single apology. But it's profoundly more than just that. You see, the entire first half of April was utterly dominated by this electrifying, intense Aries energy. If you've been even remotely following the currents of astrology, you already know we experienced a truly monumental stellium in Aries. The Sun, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Neptune, and Chiron all piled up like a celestial convoy in this fiery warrior sign. This created an almost irresistible, headlong push to initiate new beginnings to courage. Something profound is stirring right beneath the surface of our everyday lives, and I genuinely believe that most of us haven't fully grasped the magnitude of what's poised to erupt. There's an undeniable, almost palpable energy in the air. A low hum that's been subtly intensifying for weeks, steadily rising in temperature and pressure. And on the precise date of April 23rd, I feel with every fiber of my being that this building tension is going to hit its absolute critical mass, culminating in a powerful, undeniable turning point. We're talking, of course, about the Leo first quarter moon, and I can practically hear your thoughts. Oh, it's just another moon phase, right? Another celestial event in a never-ending cycle. But please, understand this distinction. This is not merely any lunar event. This particular alignment is occurring at the exact electrifying intersection of some of the most potent and transformative planetary shifts we will witness all year. And if you've been sensing this deep, almost primal restlessness bubbling within you, this electric current humming beneath your skin, a feeling that you're being irresistibly drawn towards something monumental, something you can't quite articulate yet, then let me assure you there's a profoundly specific reason for that. And honestly, I've been feeling it too. This unshakable, intuitive knowing that an irreversible shift is imminent. A realization that the version of me, and perhaps the version of you, that has been cautiously playing it safe, deliberately shrinking ourselves or perpetually waiting for external permission, simply doesn't get to embark on this next chapter with us. If you've recently found yourself grappling with sudden, inexplicable urges to completely dismantle your established routines, to just blow up the status quo, or if you've been feeling unusually confrontational, even prickly, with people who would ordinarily never ruffle your feathers, then I implore you to lean in and stay with me through this explanation. There's a very precise astrological blueprint underpinning these sensations, and I promise to dissect it for you in just a moment. But first, it's crucial that I illuminate why April 23rd, in particular, is shaping up to be such an undeniably pivotal moment. Because this Leo first quarter moon is not operating in isolation, it's not a standalone event. Think of it more as the exquisitely timed trigger point for a truly massive cosmic chain reaction. And what I'm about to unveil to you, I believe, has the potential to fundamentally reframe and completely alter how you choose to navigate the next 48 hours of your life. You've been feeling this restless fire, haven't you? This insistent, internal blaze that's been steadily building inside. Let's just be brutally honest with ourselves for a second. Something has felt undeniably different lately, hasn't it? Perhaps you haven't been able to precisely articulate it, to put your finger on the source of this growing disquiet. But there's an undeniable shift is underway, a profound undercurrent that I believe most people haven't yet fully grasped. There's an electric hum in the atmosphere, a palpable tension that has been steadily intensifying for what feels like an eternity. Weeks, perhaps even longer. Each passing day ratcheting up the pressure, growing hotter, more insistent. And on April 23rd, mark my words, this slow burn is destined to erupt, reaching an undeniable seismic boiling point. We're not just talking about another ordinary celestial event, we're referring to the Leo first quarter moon. Now, I can already hear the skeptical murmurings, the familiar thought. Oh, it's just another moon phase, right? Another fleeting moment in the cosmic dance. But I urge you to dismiss that thought immediately, for this isn't merely any lunar occurrence. This particular alignment is unfolding at the exact potent crossroads of some of the most profound and intense planetary transformations we will witness throughout the entire year. If you've been grappling with a persistent restlessness, a burgeoning, almost electric energy thrumming beneath your skin, an inexplicable sense of being irresistibly drawn towards something immense and transformative, something you can't quite articulate or name just yet, then there's a deeply specific cosmic reason for that visceral sensation. And truth be told, I'd been feeling it myself, this deep, unshakable knowing that a monumental shift is imminent. A conviction that the version of me, and perhaps the version of you, that has instinctively played it safe, diligently, stayed small or passively waited for external permission to truly live, simply won't be accompanying us into this powerful next chapter. If you've recently found yourself grappling with sudden, overwhelming urges to dismantle your entire routine to radically reinvent your daily existence, or if you've been experiencing an uncharacteristic surge of confrontational energy towards individuals who would typically never ruffle your feathers, then I implore you to lean in and truly absorb what I'm about to share. There is a very precise astrological architecture underpinning these intense sensations, and I promise to unravel its intricate layers for you in due course. But first, it is absolutely paramount that I illuminate why April 23rd in particular stands as such an unequivocally pivotal moment. This Leo first quarter moon is not operating in isolation. It's not a solitary beacon. Instead, it acts as the singular, potent trigger point for an utterly massive, irreversible cosmic chain reaction. And what I am poised to reveal to you now, I genuinely believe, has the power to fundamentally recalibrate and completely transform how you perceive and approach the next 48 hours of your life, setting the stage for everything that follows. Have you been feeling this restless, unyielding fire building deep within your core? Let's pause for a moment and be brutally honest with ourselves. Something, without a doubt, has felt undeniably different lately, hasn't it? You might not have been able to articulate it precisely, to put a definitive label on the sensation, but there's been this relentless growing restlessness, a profound and weary understanding that you are utterly done waiting, done hiding, done perpetually shrinking yourself and dimming your light simply to ensure the comfort of others. And here, in the heart of this unfolding cosmic drama, is precisely what I believe is at play. You are not imagining these profound shifts. This isn't just some random, fleeting frustration, nor is it merely the effervescent energy of spring or any other convenient dismissive explanation. I believe, with every fiber of my being, that your very soul has been meticulously preparing for this precise moment. Because the Leo first quarter moon on April 23rd arrives not just as an astronomical event, but as a resounding, unequivocal cosmic permission slip, an invitation to finally step into your inherent power, to claim your sovereignty, and to do so without a single shred of apology or hesitation. But its significance extends far beyond a mere permission slip. Observe how the entire first half of April was dominated by an intensely charged, almost primal Aries energy. If you followed even the faintest whispers of astrology, you'll know we experienced a colossal stellium in Aries, a powerful congregation of celestial bodies including the Sun, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Neptune, and Chiron, all piled high and radiating their influence from within this fiercely independent warrior fire sign. This formidable alignment unleashed a monumental, almost irresistible push to initiate new beginnings, to courageously fight for your deepest desires, and to boldly break free from whatever restrictive chains have long held you captive. The inherent challenge, however, with pure Aries energy is its inherent impulsivity. It's the initial, brilliant spark, the explosive, immediate burst of motivation. But, like a struck match, it doesn't always possess the inherent staying power. You understand, don't you? It's that immediate, bright, hot, an undeniable flash. But it burns itself out rapidly if it fails to ignite something solid, something substantial, something capable of sustaining its fervent flame. And that, my friends, is precisely where this pivotal Leo moon makes its grand, majestic entrance. Leo, too, is a fire sign, blazing with passion and intensity. Yet, it's a sea-fixed fire. It embodies the enduring warmth of the bonfire, the steady, comforting glow of the hearth, the unwavering, life-giving brilliance of the sun itself. It expertly takes that initial, audacious Aries spark, that raw, unbridled burst of pioneering energy, and masterfully transforms it into something far more substantial, something sustainable, something undeniably powerful, something truly unstoppable. Does that resonant distinction make profound sense within your spirit? So if you've been navigating the past few weeks feeling utterly frustrated, like you possess an abundance of energy and fierce drive, but simply couldn't manage to channel it into anything lasting, anything tangible, anything that would truly stick, then April 23rd is the precise moment when all those disparate pieces will powerfully and irrevocably click into place. This is the moment when the fire within you ceases its uncertain flickering and begins its magnificent, resonant roar. The sheer timing of this particular moon event is, to put it mildly, absolutely wild. Okay, so here's where the narrative truly escalates in intrigue, and it is imperative that you grasp this next layer of understanding, because the precise timing is, without exaggeration, absolutely crucial to everything we are discussing. The Leo first quarter moon reaches its exact peak at precisely 10,000 at night on April 23rd. This is the precise cosmic instant when the moon, residing majestically in Leo, forms a potent 90-degree angle to the sun, deeply anchored in Taurus. This geometrical configuration, in the language of astrologers, creates what is known as a crisis of action, a moment of tension demanding decisive movement. But here's the astonishing truth that is largely being overlooked, a detail that amplifies the intensity exponentially. Just a mere 34 minutes before, that exact lunar square solidifies Venus and Uranus converge, meeting in a powerful conjunction at the very last degree of Taurus. And when I emphasize the very last degree, I truly mean it. 29 degrees and 59 minutes of Taurus. In the esoteric lexicon of astrology, that 29th degree is known as the anaretic degrees. It carries a reputation as a profound point of absolute culmination, a precipice of crisis, and a powerful harbinger of finality. Take a moment to truly contemplate the implications. Venus governs our affections, our finances, our core values, what we deem beautiful, and what inherently draws us in. Uranus, by stark contrast, is the unpredictable architect of sudden, radical change, revolution, paradigm-shifting breakthroughs, and undeniable liberation. And now, these two vastly different energies are colliding at the absolute, definitive, final moment before both planets relinquish their hold on Taurus and make their momentous ingress into the agile, intellectual sign of Gemini. This isn't just a planetary alignment. This is the universe itself, issuing a resounding, unequivocal declaration, a cosmic last call. It's saying, all right, folks, the time for hesitation is over. Whatever you have been clinging to, that relationship, that job, that entrenched habit, that limiting belief system, that no longer genuinely serves your highest good, that has been keeping you relentlessly stuck and profoundly diminished. It's getting utterly blown apart, right here, right now, whether you believe you are ready or not. And then, as if to underscore the finality of this cosmic restructuring, just 2 short days later, on April 25th, Uranus officially makes its grand entrance into Gemini, initiating a monumental 7-year transit. This, my friends, is not just significant, It is truly massive. This signifies a generational shift, a profound recalibration of the very fabric of our collective consciousness. The fundamental ways we think, how we communicate, our approaches to learning, how we connect with one another. All of it is poised on the brink of being completely and utterly revolutionized. So what, in essence, does this intricate cosmic tapestry ultimately signify for you? The Leo first quarter moon on April 23rd is, without hyperbole, the eye of the storm. It represents the fulcrum point, the razor-thin boundary between the old, familiar world and the expansive, exhilarating new one. And I truly believe, with an unwavering conviction, that if you harness this surging energy with intention and precision, you possess the power to catapult yourself onto a completely different timeline, to rewrite the trajectory of your entire existence. Something deeply embedded within your reality is poised to break free, to shatter its confines, and your crucial role is to courageously allow it to happen. Let's delve deeper into that potent Venus-Uranus conjunction for a moment, because I strongly suspect this is where a vast majority of people will viscerally feel the most intense, undeniable reverberations. Venus has been gracefully traversing through Taurus, her cherished home sign, for several weeks now. And Taurus, by its very nature, is all about the comforts of stability, the security of predictability, the reassuring embrace of the familiar. It is the sign that inherently yearns for everything to remain steadfast, to be unequivocally safe, to be absolutely guaranteed. But then, there is Uranus. Uranus, in its radical, transformative essence, simply does not care about your carefully constructed comfort zone. Uranus arrives not to soothe, but to awaken you from your slumber, to vehemently shake things up, to irrevocably liberate you from whatever self-imposed cage you may have meticulously built around yourself. Even if, from the outside, it appears to be a cage of solid gold, shimmering with false security. And at that critical 29th degree, that anaretic cusp, just moments before both of these powerful planets make their swift, decisive shift into the fast-moving, mentally electric sign of Gemini, I'm convinced that something fundamental in your life is about to irrevocably snap. And honestly, for your true growth and liberation, it needs to. Perhaps it's a relationship that has been lingering on life support for far too long, sustained only by inertia and fear. Perhaps it's a job that outwardly pays well, offering a facade of success, but covertly drains your very soul, leaving you hollow. Perhaps it's a living situation that feels superficially safe and secure, yet is utterly stifling, suffocating your true spirit. Or, and often the most challenging truth, to confront. Perhaps it's merely a version of yourself, a carefully constructed persona you've been meticulously performing for so long that you've tragically forgotten it was ever just a performance in the first place. Whatever its form, the Venus-Uranus conjunction is cosmically designed to violently break it open, to expose its fragility, and to shatter its confines. And here's the profound insight. You have a choice in this pivotal moment. You can either resist this powerful, liberating force, clinging to the familiar, and thus experience its inevitable eruption in a chaotic, painful, and reactive way. Or you can consciously choose to work with it, to align yourself with its revolutionary current and harness its raw power as potent rocket fuel to propel you forward. Because the Leo moon, in its radiant wisdom, is urgently asking you to bravely step into the spotlight, to unequivocally claim your inherent power, and to allow yourself to be truly, authentically seen. But you simply cannot fulfill that profound calling if you remain perpetually chained to those relationships, commitments, or belief systems that demand you perpetually stay small, hidden, and diminished. Does that resonate deep within your spirit? This profound conjunction ignites at 10 p.m. on April 23rd, a mere 34 minutes before the exact peak of the first quarter moon. Therefore, the emanating energy will be undeniably intense, shockingly electric, and potentially volatile. You might find yourself barraged by sudden, irresistible urges to decisively end situations that no longer serve you, to speak difficult truths you've been diligently suppressing, or to bravely make bold moves you've been absolutely terrified to even contemplate. And my sincere, heartfelt advice to you is this: listen to those powerful urges. Do not dismiss them as random whims or fleeting impulses. I believe, with every fiber of my being, that they are your very soul, finally, majestically getting loud enough to be heard, to cut through the deafening din of all your fears and self-doubt. Your heart, in this powerful moment, is screaming for center stage. So, let's talk about Leo for a minute, because this moon is stationed in the proud, radiant sign of Leo, and understanding what that truly signifies is absolutely crucial to effectively harnessing this immense energy. Leo is magnificently ruled by the sun itself, the ultimate source of light, life, and warmth. Consequently, it is the quintessential sign of sovereignty, of vibrant, uninhibited creative self-expression, and of unapologetic, authentic existence. When the moon resides in Leo, your deepest emotional needs are not about retreating into the perceived safety of shadows or hiding from scrutiny. Instead, your profound emotional security blossoms from being truly seen, from courageously shining your brightest light, from confidently taking up the space you inherently deserve, and from unequivocally owning every magnificent facet of your being. And I know, for some of you reading this, that concept might sound utterly terrifying, because for far too long, we have been subtly, perhaps even overtly taught to be humble, to a fault to never be too much, to perpetually dim our own radiant light so that others around us don't feel uncomfortable or overshadowed, right? But here's the profound truth I desperately want you to internalize. That isn't genuine humility. That, my dear friend, is self-abandonment. And the Leo moon has arrived as a fierce, loving cosmic force to unequivocally remind you that you were never, ever meant to be small. You were born to be magnificent. Now, there's a truly fascinating specific degree symbol for this moon that I find absolutely captivating in its depth and relevance. It's occurring at 3 degrees and 56 minutes, Leo, which, in the insightful Sabian symbol system, is read as the 4th degree. And the potent symbol for Leo 4 degrees is described as a formally dressed elderly man stands near trophies he brought back from a hunting expedition. What profound meaning does this imagery convey? It powerfully signifies that this moment isn't about immature ego, superficial posturing, or a desperate, shallow craving for attention. No, this is about mature mastery. It speaks of an individual, seasoned by experience, who courageously ventured out into the vast, challenging wild. Whether that wilderness manifests as the cutthroat business world, the expansive creative realm, or the uncharted depths of their own inner psyche, and through perseverance and skill genuinely conquered something substantial, something real, something truly significant. And now they stand, quietly confident, openly displaying the undeniable proof of that hard-won victory. That, my friends, is the powerful, grounded energy we are being invited to embody. This isn't about faking it until you make it, or performing a bravado you don't actually possess. This is about bravely stepping forward with the tangible evidence of your hard-won growth, the profound wisdom gleaned from your healed wounds, and the undeniable proof of your genuine capabilities, and simply stating with calm authority, "Yes, I did that, and I am not going to pretend for a single moment that I didn't." And if that thought, the thought of openly claiming your achievements, of allowing yourself to be truly visible in your success, feels deeply uncomfortable to you, if it makes you instinctively want to recoil and hide away, then that precisely is why this moon is so profoundly important for you. Because I believe a deep, intuitive part of you already knows You are ready. You have meticulously done the work. You have unequivocally earned the sacred right to step into your rightful light. The pivotal question that now hangs in the air is this: are you going to bravely let yourself do it? Move 1. Step out of the shadows and claim visible leadership. All right, now we are delving into the practical, actionable strategies. Here are the 3 audacious moves that I believe possess the power to utterly transform the trajectory of your life, provided you execute them with intention and courage during this incredibly potent lunar window. The first imperative move is this: you absolutely must step out of the shadows and claim visible leadership in some meaningful area of your life. I understand that might sound a touch vague, so allow me to meticulously break it down into tangible understanding. This does not necessitate that you immediately ascend to the role of a CEO, launch a colossal business empire, or strive to become an overnight internet sensation. What it unequivocally means is this: wherever you have been diligently hiding your unique talents, your profound wisdom, your invaluable insights, or your distinct perspective, that self-imposed exile ends now. Where have you consistently played small, shrinking your inherent brilliance? Where have you allowed other, less deserving individuals to unfairly appropriate credit for your ingenious ideas? Where have you habitually remained silent, stifling your voice, solely because you feared appearing arrogant, intimidating, or too much? The Leo first quarter moon is fundamentally a crisis of action. This means you cannot merely intellectualize about it or passively plan to enact it at some nebulous eventually. You are compelled to actually move. You must bravely take the definitive step. You must unequivocally put yourself out there in a tangible, visible, and undeniable way. Perhaps that audacious step looks like finally pitching that groundbreaking project you've been meticulously perfecting in the quiet solitude of your private domain. Perhaps it means courageously posting your deeply personal creative work online, despite the paralyzing fear of criticism and judgment. Perhaps it's speaking up decisively and assertively in a crucial meeting, rather than allowing your brilliant ideas to tragically die unspoken, trapped in your throat. Perhaps it means boldly asking for the promotion, the raise, or the rightful recognition you've been too terrified to demand. Whatever its specific manifestation for you, the potent energy of this moon is meticulously designed to unequivocally support bold, heart-centered action. The sun, deeply rooted in Taurus, yearns to ensure that whatever you are building is inherently real, sustainable, and built to last. And the Leo moon, in its radiant glory, absolutely demands that you are not building it in secret. And here's a profound realization I've gained, one that proved to be a monumental breakthrough for me. The universe simply cannot reward what it cannot see. If you are brilliant solely in private, you will remain perpetually stuck in private. If your talents are only unleashed behind closed doors, opportunities will never be able to discover you. This isn't about inflated ego. This is about profound alignment. You cannot genuinely fulfill your magnificent purpose if you are simultaneously hiding from it. So between this very moment and the peak intensity of April 23rd, I earnestly want you to ask yourself with unshakable honesty, what's one bold, visible move I could make right now that would unequivocally position me as the authority I truly am, the master of my domain? And then, on the 23rd, when that powerful moon energy reaches its zenith, do it. Do not overthink it. Do not passively wait for utterly perfect conditions. Just move. Take the leap. Move. 2. Ruthlessly cut the dead weight from your life. Okay, the second pivotal move is quite possibly going to be the most challenging one, the one that truly tests your resolve. But I genuinely believe it is also, without a doubt, the most important and ultimately liberating. You need to ruthlessly cut the dead weight from your life. And when I say ruthlessly, I mean with unflinching, uncompromising determination. Do you recall that intense Venus-Uranus conjunction that is happening just moments before the first quarter moon? That, my friends, is the cosmic scissors. That is the lightning bolt. It is meticulously designed to sever whatever ties are keeping you anchored to a version of reality that has long ceased to fit who you are dynamically becoming. Here is the unvarnished, hard truth. You simply cannot step into a state of unstoppable momentum if you are perpetually dragging around relationships, commitments, or situations that relentlessly drain your vital energy. You just cannot. It's akin to attempting to run a crucial race with a colossal boulder chained to your ankle, inhibiting every single step forward. So, I urge you to ask yourself, with profound honesty and unflinching self-awareness, what absolutely needs to go? What relationship are you painstakingly maintaining out of sheer guilt or a misplaced sense of obligation, rather than from a place of genuine, authentic connection? What job are you desperately clinging to solely because it offers a false sense of security, a safe harbor, even though it is systematically crushing your very soul? What ingrained habit or deeply held belief system are you desperately clinging to merely because it is familiar, even though you intrinsically know, deep in your gut, that it is no longer serving your highest evolution? The Venus-Uranus conjunction at 29 degrees Taurus is urgently asking you to scrutinize your core values, what you truly value, not what you think you are supposed to value, and to bravely align your entire life accordingly. And Uranus, in its revolutionary zeal, does not engage in slow, gradual transitions. Uranus orchestrates sudden, decisive breaks, clean, unambiguous cuts, and absolute, undeniable liberation. Now, I am emphatically not advocating that you impulsively detonate your entire life in a fit of reactive emotion. What I am saying is this: if there is something you already know, deep in your bones, that needs to decisively end, this is your cosmic green light, your divine permission. If there's a difficult conversation you've been meticulously avoiding, a crucial boundary you've been too scared to firmly set, a profound truth you've been too polite to speak. April 23rd is the moment when you stop avoiding and start courageously acting. And yes, it might be profoundly uncomfortable. It might even feel utterly chaotic for a fleeting moment. But here's what I profoundly believe. Temporary chaos is unequivocally better than permanent stagnation. The discomfort of profound change is infinitely preferable to the slow, agonizing death of staying perpetually stuck. Because the Leo moon needs potent fuel to burn, to roar, to sustain its brilliance. And if all your precious energy is being siphoned off by things that truly don't matter, you will find yourself with absolutely nothing left to powerfully fuel your actual magnificent dreams. So, this is your undeniable moment to be selfish in the most magnificent, life-affirming way possible, to fiercely protect your sacred energy, to courageously say no to anything and anyone that dims your unique light, and to deliberately create the vast, fertile space for what actually sets your soul ablaze. And if you dare to do this, if you are brave enough to wield those cosmic scissors and cut what unequivocally needs to be cut, I believe you are going to feel lighter, more liberated than you have in years. You're going to look back and wonder why you waited so agonizingly long. And you're going to have an abundance of freed up energy to pour into what actually, truly matters to your spirit. Move. 3. Face the power struggle and reclaim your authority. Sash. The third pivotal move is undeniably intense, an alchemical fire that will test your mettle, but I firmly believe it is the one that will genuinely forge you into something utterly unstoppable. You need to face the power struggle head-on and reclaim your inherent authority from wherever you have been inadvertently giving it away. 2 days after the first quarter moon, on April 25th, the steadfast sun in Taurus forms an exact, potent square to transformative Pluto in enigmatic Aquarius. This, my friends, is heavy. Pluto is the planet of raw power, profound control, inescapable death, and miraculous rebirth. It governs the shadowy, deep, unconscious realms of our being. When the Sun forms a square to Pluto, it inevitably brings to the surface all the hidden, often uncomfortable, shadow stuff related to power dynamics. This might manifest as a direct, undeniable confrontation with someone who is actively trying to control you, to manipulate you, or to diminish your inherent worth. It might be an oppressive authority figure at work who micromanages your every move. It might be a manipulative family member who has skillfully used guilt to control you for years. It might even be a romantic partner who has been subtly, insidiously undermining your confidence and self-esteem. Or, and this is frequently the more challenging adversary to confront, it might be your own shadow. The intricate, often hidden part of you that instinctively tries to control every outcome out of a deep-seated fear of unpredictability. The part that subtly manipulates situations and people because you fundamentally distrust the natural, organic flow of life. The part that desperately clings to power over others because you are secretly terrified of being powerless yourself. The Leo first quarter moon acts as the emotional vanguard for this crucial confrontation. It is gifting you the heart-centered courage, the inner fire. You desperately need to bravely walk into that transformative fire and emerge, not scorched, but gloriously transformed on the other side. And here's what I believe this looks like in tangible practice. When you are challenged during this potent window, and you will likely be challenged, trust me, you simply cannot shrink. You cannot abandon yourself. You cannot give your power away simply to maintain a false sense of peace. But equally important, you cannot descend into toxic power games. You cannot meet manipulation with your own manipulation. You cannot ultimately win by becoming the very thing you are valiantly fighting against. This is about resolutely holding your ground from a place of profound, unshakable integrity. It is about knowing your intrinsic worth so completely, so deeply, that you no longer require external validation to feel safe, secure, or valuable. It's about being courageously willing to lose the superficial approval of others if it means unequivocally preserving your sacred self-respect. And I am not going to sugarcoat this for you. This is hard. It is undoubtedly one of the hardest, most gut-wrenching things you will ever be asked to do. Because our primal survival instincts often tell us to submit when we feel threatened, to instinctively make ourselves smaller when someone attempts to dominate us. But the unstoppable version of you, that magnificent, sovereign version, simply doesn't play that old, disempowering game anymore. That version understands that real power isn't about control. It's about profound self-mastery. It's about staying deeply centered in your own authentic truth, even when the very ground beneath your feet feels like it's violently shaking. So, when that moment inevitably comes, and you will absolutely know it when it arrives, a visceral recognition, I want you to remember, with every fiber of your being, who you are. Remember what you have painstakingly built. Remember that you do not need to fight for meager scraps of power when you already possess everything you need, perfectly contained deep within your magnificent self. And when you firmly hold that line, when you steadfastly refuse to abandon your own truth, something utterly incredible happens. The people and the situations that were desperately trying to diminish you, to control you, to shrink you, they irrevocably lose their power over you. Because you have taken it back. You have integrated it. You have become whole. That, my friends, is when you become truly, profoundly unstoppable. This is your moment to step into who you've always been. Here's the culminating truth, the profound understanding I truly want you to grasp about this entire, intricate cosmic sequence. April 23rd isn't merely another arbitrary day on the calendar. It isn't just another fleeting moon phase in an endless cycle. I genuinely believe, with unwavering conviction, that this is a quintessential threshold moment, a cosmic gateway. The old world, that predictable, slow-paced, steady torus world of gradual, measurable growth, is drawing to a definitive close. The new world, the exhilarating, fast-paced Gemini world of rapid acceleration, profound mental revolution, and ceaseless innovation, is unequivocally beginning. And you, right now, are standing precisely at that pivotal crossroads. The Leo first quarter moon is not just asking you a question, it's posing a profound existential inquiry. Who do you choose to be in that exhilarating new world? Will you be the person who instinctively played it safe, who clung to the familiar, and consequently found themselves left behind, swept away by the current? Or will you be the courageous individual who seized this unparalleled moment, made the audacious moves, and bravely stepped into their full, sovereign power? Because here's the undeniable truth. After Uranus makes its momentous entry into Gemini on April 25th, the pace of everything is going to accelerate dramatically beyond anything we have recently known. Information will hurtle faster. Technology will evolve at a dizzying pace. Opportunities will flash into existence and vanish just as quickly. And if you are not deeply grounded in who you truly are, if you haven't decisively claimed your sovereign authority, if you haven't systematically cleared out the encumbering dead weight from your life, you are going to get utterly swept away in the ensuing chaos. But if you commit to doing the profound inner work now, if you courageously execute these three pivotal moves during this intensely potent lunar window, I truly believe you are going to be positioned perfectly, magnificently, to ride that surging wave instead of drowning in its tumultuous depths. You will possess the unshakable confidence to be visible, to stand out when unprecedented opportunities inevitably arise. You will have an abundance of freed-up energy to move swiftly and decisively when new doors swing open. And crucially, you will possess the unwavering internal authority to trust your own deepest intuition and inner compass, even when everything external feels uncertain, chaotic, and beyond your control. That, my friends, is the profound essence of what unstoppable truly means. It's not about magically never encountering obstacles. It's about possessing the profound inner knowing that no external obstacle, no challenge, no setback can fundamentally stop you from becoming the magnificent being you are unequivocally meant to be. It's about having such a crystal clear, unshakable connection to your ultimate purpose that temporary setbacks or perceived failures don't derail you from your path. It's about being so deeply rooted in your own intrinsic worth that external validation, the approval or praise of others, becomes an optional, pleasant bonus rather than an essential, soul-crushing necessity. And I believe, with every fiber of my being, that this profound state of unstoppable sovereignty is available to you right now. I truly do. But you have to actively choose it. You have to bravely take the action. You have to willingly step into the alchemical fire and allow it to forge you, to purify you, to transform you into something stronger, more resilient, and infinitely more powerful. April 23rd is your undeniable moment. The question that remains, suspended in the cosmic ether, is simply this: are you going to take it? If you're still here, still absorbing these words, thank you so much for watching and for staying with me on this journey. If this message resonated deep within your soul and you crave more content like this, I would truly appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. It helps this message reach more people in ways you cannot even fathom. And please, I implore you, drop your experiences, your insights, your personal revelations in the comments below. I genuinely want to hear what you've been going through. Have you been feeling this undeniable building energy? Are you ready to bravely make these bold moves? What specific insights or challenges have been coming up for you during this intense period? I read every single comment, and honestly, I believe, more than ever, that we are all profoundly in this together. Take exceptional care of yourself, trust your magnificent power, and I'll undoubtedly see you in the next one.